context and timing matter. This is probably the absolute most fundamental basics of all of persuasion. So let me take a step back and tell you a little bit about myself and why I actually think I can help you out a little bit with this. Growing up, I was not the popular person that everybody just felt like they had to listen to and follow. I was more the person that was the outcast. And then as I went through in life, I put myself in a couple situations where I felt like, okay, I'm going to do things to try to persuade other people. So in my undergrad university at UCSB, I was a student body president, and I convinced 20,000 people to vote for me to be student body president of that university. And then when I was 21 years old, I started doing motivational speaking and corporate training, and I convinced people that ran large companies to hire me when I had never had any full-time work experience to come in and give talks about how to make their organizations better when I didn't know what the heck I was talking about. And I also, when I was 21, took a weekend class in hypnosis, and I got certified as a hypnotherapist. And I spent the next year and a half doing stage hypnosis shows. And I would go to colleges and I would go in front of a crowd of 500 people and I'd bring people up on stage and I'd take 15 people and I'd make them do the craziest, most outlandish things. And I'd persuade them to do things that seemed like would be impossible. Like take some 6'6", 300-pound guy and make him think that he was giving birth on stage and give him a teddy bear that he would start breastfeeding. True story. And then when I was in business school and law school, I started a consulting company where I got the first 3 clients to sign up for this consulting company of ours to write business plans for them before I'd ever written a single business plan in my entire life. The first business plan I ever wrote was for our first client for our consulting company, where we said we were going to write business plans for. Then I was the student body president of the MBA program while I was actually a first-year law school student. I convinced the business school to let me be the student body president while I was in law school by convincing them that I would co-run with somebody else. And they were co-presidents. I just made this up. There's no co-presidents. In my last year of law school, I started DocStock not knowing anything about the internet. And today, it's one of the top 500 most visited sites in the world. There are 20 million people a month that come to DocStock. We have 30 million registered members. Every day, there are 40,000 people that sign up for the service. We've raised millions of dollars in venture capital. We make millions of dollars a year. We employ 40 people here in Southern California. And it's probably one of the best-known brands on the internet. And really what I've done to get to this point, it's not that there's anything unique about me than any of you, I promise you. In fact, most of you are much smarter and harder working than I was at your stage where you're at right now. Probably one difference is that I was really deliberate about figuring out, okay, what is it the things I need to do to persuade other people to get the things that I want in life? And one of the things that I learned about persuasion is that context and timing make all the difference. I'm going to give you 2 examples. First, in terms of context. The first time I ever did a stage hypnosis show, it went horribly wrong. It didn't work. And the reason it didn't work is because I tried to do it at a house party I was throwing for people when they wanted to drink and have fun and relax. The last thing that they were expecting, the last thing that context was inducive for, was for someone doing a stage hypnosis show. One of the reasons stage hypnosis shows work is because there's an expectation that something's going to happen, and the people that show up to that show self-select into that group. And the people that come up on stage self-select into that experience. The context makes all the difference. Let's talk about timing. How many times do you go out and you see some ugly-looking fellow with some beautiful woman, and maybe it's his wife, right? Do you think that was the person that when he was 16 was going to get that same girl? Probably not. But the thing that woman wanted when she was 16 is probably pretty different than the thing that she wants when she's 26 or 36. And the things that that beauty challenge, that handsome challenged fellow may have to offer are different. So the timing makes all the difference. Context and timing are the roots of what allow you to persuade other people. You use them to your advantage.